Mexico has elected a new president. For the first time in the country's history, voters have chosen a woman as their leader. That's Claudia Sheinbaum. She is the former mayor of Mexico City. She's also a climate scientist, and Sheinbaum becomes the first person with a Jewish background to lead the overwhelmingly Catholic country. Now, she's expected to continue the policies of the current president, expanding social programs for the poor. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says that he is looking forward to working with Mexico's new leader. So for more on how Sheinbaum's election could influence economic relations with Canada, we're now joined by Luis de la Calle. He is a former Mexican trade negotiator and joining us from Mexico City. Luis, good to speak with you tonight.
Glad to be with you. Happy to be here.
So today, the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spoke with Sheinbaum over the phone. What changes could we see in Mexico's trade relations, do you think, with Canada once she's actually in office?
Well, I think this is an opportunity to deepen the relationship with Canada. I mean, Canada-Mexico's trade has grown significantly in the last few years. Now that we have a new president in Mexico and she's committed to the integration in North America, we should push for more integration, not less. I mean, she faces some challenges, important challenges in terms of economic policy in the next year, in terms of public finances and trade issues. But I mean, I think Canada and Mexico should work together on many things, including the potential review of the USMCA agreement in 2026.
And Canada is a big investor in Mexico's mining industry. Do you think Sheinbaum and her environmental background could potentially shake things up there?
Well, I mean, I think mining will be one of the sectors where investors will face challenges. I mean, mining was a controversial issue in the campaign. I think that Canadian mining companies need to convince Claudia Sheinbaum that mining can be done in a way that protects the environment and also that they can be profitable to Mexico. So that is an area that might lead to some differences with Canada. But I mean, if you done correctly, I think Mexico and Canada can be can make a significant contribution to the mining of rare earth materials that is tremendously important for competition with China. So taking into account the environmental aspects and the strategic importance of some of these minerals, I think that in the end we can work together on that as well.
The pictures we're looking at of her election night victory, there's so much celebration, everybody's big smiles. Mexican stocks fell over 6%, and the peso lost about 4.3 on the dollar in the aftermath of these election results. What should we read into that? Why do you think that that's happened?
Well, I think that's happened because of the margin by which she won, like more than 30 points, and the expectation that she will have a qualified majority in both houses of Congress in Mexico, the House and the Senate, and the potential that brings to pass some reforms that markets will perceive as not market friendly. President López Obrador proposed a series of reforms last February. Some of them are not market friendly, and the markets are reacting to the possibility that they might be enacted now that Morena will have a 2/3 majority in both houses.
So we're familiar with the personality of Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, and so is much of the world because he's been Prime Minister for a good deal of time now. We're also very familiar with Donald Trump's personality, and there's a U.S. election coming in November. What's the dynamic like, do you think, should there be a Trump victory in November between Canada, the U.S., and now with the new Mexican leader?
Well, it'll be interesting because, Claudia Sheinbaum will be the first female government leader in North America before Canada and the U.S. If President Trump becomes president again in the U.S., that would represent a significant challenge for the North American integration. And that's where I think the possibility of working together, Mexico and Canada, becomes paramount. And I think that now that Prime Minister Trudeau has congratulated Claudia Sheinbaum, one of the first items they should address is the potential USM review in 2026 and the potential difficulties Canada and Mexico might encounter in case Donald Trump wins the presidency again in the U.S.
Luis de la Calle, a former Mexican trade negotiator. It's good speaking with you tonight. Thank you.
Glad to be with you, Sarah.